Welcome to Variant, we love comics more than I wish DC would give us a release date for Young Justice Season 3. I'm your host, Arris Quinones. I know I said it a few times already, but the closer we get to the release of Infinity War, the more excited we're becoming here at Variant. In fact, we forgot to mention it last week, but we're going full Marvel for the month of April, all the way through Infinity War's release date on April 27th. So today, we're going to keep that train rolling with a likely addition to the Avengers team in the upcoming movie, and that would be Ronin. You see, several months back when they were still in production on the next two Avengers films, a set photo was taken of Jeremy Renner in what was unmistakably a Ronin costume. Based on the image, I'd say it's pretty clear that Clint Barton is going to be ditching his Hawkeye persona in favor for the Ronin persona in either Avengers Infinity War or, as of now, the untitled Avengers 4 film. And with that being the case, I thought it'd be fun to take a look at the character before he possibly makes his debut in Infinity War later this month. The first thing you need to know about Ronin is that he's not just a persona used by Clint Barton. Clint wasn't even the first person to use the Ronin guise. That title goes to Maya Lopez, aka Echo, and she first appeared as Ronin in New Avengers issue 11 in November of 2005. It might even shock you to learn that the character debuted with a woman behind the mask, considering it looks like a man in costume. It kinda has that phantasm effect going on. Anyway, Maya is a deaf woman who has photographic reflexes, which makes her an insane fighter. The reason she took on the persona was to investigate the Silver Samurai in Japan. It's also worth mentioning that Maya had previously been in a relationship with Daredevil, as well as a hired killer for Kingpin. What's crazy is that co-creator of Ronin, Brian Michael Bendis, originally wanted Matt Murdock to take on the Ronin identity. The only reason that didn't happen is because it conflicted with other plans Marvel had for Daredevil at the time. But that leads us to the second person to take on the Ronin mantle, which would be Clint Barton / Hawkeye, and that's the one we're likely going to see in the MCU. In the comics, Clint originally adopted the Ronin identity when he rejoined the New Avengers in order to protect himself from recognition after the events of Civil War. Using the new Ronin cover, Clint goes with the New Avengers to Japan to rescue Maya, aka Echo, from the Hand. The mission was a success, and afterward, Clint attempted to give the Ronin costume and identity back to Maya, but she refused and gave him her blessing to carry on the Ronin identity. Ultimately, my thinking is that, like in the comics, Clint is going to use the Ronin identity in the MCU to continue to fight alongside the Avengers without most people knowing who he is. Because remember, at the end of Civil War, Cap freed him from the high security prison along with Falcon, Ant-Man, and the Scarlet Witch. Later in an MCU comic, Clint says, "This has been fun, but believe me when I say that I'm officially retired now." And the next panel shows him back with his family. In the end, I'm sure Kevin Feige and the Russo brothers were trying to keep Ronin's full reveal a surprise, which explains why we haven't seen him in the Infinity War trailers. But let's move on because we have two more Ronins to talk about. The third character to appear as Ronin was Alexei Shodakov, aka Red Guardian, who was once Black Widow's husband. However, everyone thought he was dead until it was revealed he had faked his death and then returned using the Ronin mantle for himself. Altogether, there's not that much to Alexei's run behind the mask, so let's move on to the fourth and final person to become Ronin, and that is Eric Brooks, aka Blade, in the Mighty Avengers series. After finding the Ronin costume in a big box of Clint's old stuff, Blade then joined the Mighty Avengers under Clint Barton's old Ronin persona to hide his identity. But it was only a matter of time before he was exposed by the Deathwalkers in Mighty Avengers issue 9, who were the very enemies he was trying to hide from in the first place. Ultimately, the Avengers did help him take down the Deathwalkers, and he leaves the team. Now, before I wrap this up, I'll also mention the Ultimate Marvel version of Ronin. Here, Ronin is just one of the many personalities of Moon Knight, which is pretty interesting. But to sum up this overview of Ronin, he's a persona that has been taken up by a few different characters in the Marvel Universe over the years, who have either needed or wanted to hide their identity, minus the case I just mentioned in the Ultimate Universe. But just like that, that wraps up today's episode. But remember to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and on our website. All the links for those are in the description below. Also, if you like the channel, be sure to subscribe and then hit the bell next to it so you're notified whenever we upload a new video. But I'll see you guys next time when I talk about all things comics.